The market on FIFA 23 is probably the most expensive market we have seen on any FIFA in recent memory. If you want the best cards on the game, it is time to subscribe at FUT Trading. We guarantee that you will make millions of coins using the website. We have people that are using the website to make coins and selling them for real money, making profit from their subscription. We have giveaways, we'll have tournaments that you guys can enter. We have the buying and selling prices for every single card on this game. You cannot make a loss so long as you follow our tips. Check out the website, but for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. Thank you to everyone that has recently been watching, subscribing, liking. Makes a massive difference. If you do want to comment down below, write like this. Your comment will be featured in the video. It can be anything. Yes, Daniel Eldon. It can also be your TikTok. Lewis picks someone at random each time. So if you want to be featured in the video, make sure you comment. And I try and comment back to every comment that you guys do put. But a lot of people have been talking about the state of the sort of SBCs, like League SBCs specifically, and how to get them done, okay? A lot of people watch what I do on this game and say, oh, like you do 15, 20 packs a day or whatever of League SBC and whatnot. And that is because I have the time to do that. I do this for a living, okay? It's not possible for everybody. But if you use your time well, basically today and tomorrow, because this video is going to go out on the Thursday, you can get this SBC done plenty of times during the week. You've just got to be willing to put the work in. Now, why has everything changed? The first thing to think about is EA have really been withholding silver supply quite often now. So the League 1 and Eredivisie SBC, a lot of people tend to use the silver cards in that because it tends to be one of the cheaper squads, or you sort of have to if you've got the players. So we only get silver supply usually on the Thursday as a guaranteed continued amount of silver supply over and over again. So that's when the prices come down very, very low. They hold there for a day or two and then they start to slowly rise back up again. Now, back in the day, anybody that remembers when we used to do this on FIFA, like FIFA 19, FIFA 20 or whatever, certain cards would go from like 9,000 coins to 4,000 coins. You're making 4 or 5 grand a card. Like, it doesn't happen like that anymore at all. But Thursdays are the time to buy your silvers that you need for the League 1. We'll talk about that more in a minute. The problem you've got at the moment is the Libertadores and Sudamericana SBC. This SBC is very, very, very expensive. Very expensive because the main issue you've got now is a lot of the Libertadores cards have now transferred out of the Libertadores. They're now at different clubs. So a guy that I used to use a lot, I think it's Rodriguez is his name. Where is he? He is... There he is. Yeah, Rodriguez. So Rodriguez, who used to be relatively cheap, like 1,500 coins or whatever, you can now get him very, very cheap on the game because he's now playing in the Argentinian league, okay? And so because of that, you've lost a lot of the options. You have to have basically 8 gold players, 1 from each club. So it's a bit more difficult to get the chemistry this time round or get the golds in without spending coins. So there's a few important things to think about, okay? The first things first is these players are expensive because there's less packs being opened at the moment. At the start of a promo, there's lots of hype, lots of excitement. People open up loads of packs and it drops the price of these players down. As the promo goes on, people open up less and less store packs each day, which means that these players then go up in value, okay? So it's important to understand that. Next thing. When it comes to competing this SBC, you need to use the teams that have a lot of gold cards in them. So every time you compete this SBC, you should always, always, always be using a player from River Plate and you should always be using a player from Boca. They are basically discard price. It's relatively simple. You should always use a player from Vélez. They're not far off discard price as well. Estudiantes is not far again from discard price. They're pretty cheap to do. And they're the sort of teams that you bread and butter basically that you do. Outside of that, you then start to think, all right, maybe the unit is a Catolica. Unit Catolica, you might want to use Libertad, and then you add other players to it, okay? Now, a lot of these cards, so Pizzini this morning, for example, if I have a little look at him as I do this, 2,900, 2,200, we'll flick through. You're looking at just under 3,000 coins for this card, all right? Let's say, figuratively speaking, you've got to go and buy 3 players for this squad. You're looking at like 9,000 coins straight away, okay? Literally 9,000 coins straight away. The other thing you can do to make it easier for yourself is also to go to the Americana because some of their guys are a little bit cheaper because they're harder to link up their gold cards. In fact, it's impossible to link up. There's not enough gold cards from the Sudamericana, but they can go into this. So how do we go about getting these players cheaper? That is the vital point here. And it all comes down to supply, like I say. This Friday coming, if we're talking about Libertadores and Sudamericana specifically, a lot of packs are going to get open for FUT Fantasy Team 2. What your guys' job to do is to work out which cards of these are still in packs, which I've given you basically here. You can see. There you go. Screenshot it if you want to. work out which cards are in packs, and get a rough idea of their price. And this will give you a base place to look at when it comes down to what you want to spend on them. So let's say you've got a Sornosa, for example. We paid 2,600 for the sake of this video. And on Friday, lots of packs get opened up, and this Sornosa gets down as low as 2,000 coins. You know it's pretty safe to buy him because you know he got to 2,600 coins before, so you haven't really got too much of a risk. But where you can make really, really good coins from these cards is from bidding on them. At 6 PM, when all these packs get opened up, a lot of people don't bother to list the cards up with a minimum buy now of like 2,000 coins. They just list it up at like a 650 start price, and you can pick these up very, very cheaply. Now, the reason that you do this is you're aiming to pick up as many of these players as possible so that you make profit from them. So if you've got Sornosas and you're picking up at 2,000 coins, you want to go and buy yourself like 10 of them. So if you buy 10 of them and you're making 500 coins profit on each card by later in the week, you get 5,000 coins. It means you can keep 2 of them for free. And you're going to repeat that amongst all these players as much as you physically can, okay? So you might go Isla, you might go Mena, you might go Baselli. I mean, don't go Baselli because he's cheap. You might go Silva. Any of these guys here are cards that you want to work with as much as you possibly can. The reason why it's best to do it on a Friday and maybe Saturday is purely because of supply. Weekend League also keeps their price down a little bit. So it's vitally important that you do that. Outside of that, the other thing you're going to want to do is to stock up on the silver cards that you get from both teams. And this is where you make very, very good profit. On tonight, we're going to get marquee matchups. Some people will open them up tonight on Thursday. Other people will save them to the new team on Friday. But that's where you're going to pick up all the silvers that you need for the Liga, but also silvers that are Libertadores and Sudamericana. So if you go to Liga, Ajaccio, for example, I've got 7 players here at the moment. They're all about 1,100 coins at the moment. You can get these guys on bids at 700 to 800 coins. Again, you'll sort of buy 3 of them, sell 2, keep 1, and that'll basically pay for them themselves. The more of them that you get, and the more sort of grind you're willing to put in, the more times you will complete this SBC repeatedly. If you only put in 10 minutes work, you can't expect to complete it 5 times in the week, 10 times in the week. If you put a good couple of solid hours in, you can complete it a lot more in that week. And then you have to understand that your coin total may dip initially, but you'll get your coins back by selling off the leftover silvers you've got and the leftover Libertadores and Sudamericanas that you've got. But you will also get your coins back by the packs themselves. Small Prime Gold Player Pack. Yesterday I was live on stream. We packed ourselves some really good stuff. We've got the Dybala special card. We've got Maignan. We've got loads of stuff. We've got about 100k's worth of stuff from the SBCs themselves. And so that's where you're looking to get as much coin back as possible. You sell everything. We even were looking at my club earlier on at 150 position modifiers just sitting in the club from me doing these methods. We sold them for 1,400 coins each. We kept a few of them. We sold them for 1,400 coins each. You don't, if you sort of stack up on your consumables and at one time go, right, let me list them up, you'll probably get back another 100, 200k of what you're spending. That's really the easiest way to do it. Now, again, what you have to understand, it's vitally important that you think about this. When it comes down to buying these cards, you need to have a rough idea of what they were selling for originally. So the Sudamericana I know are about 900 today because I checked them earlier on. And again, the cards that you're interested in are these cards. You're not really interested in the bronzes. If they come down with them in price, then fine, so be it. You're more interested in the silvers, okay? And you're going to keep some of those silvers and you're going to sell some more of them. What you have to understand is certain silvers sell for a little bit more. So certain silvers will sell to this Cadavid, for example. He's basically sort of 1,000 coins. There's no real value in him at all. But some of them do dip above that price and they will sell for a little bit more. So someone like, let's have a look at Souza, see if he does at the moment. He's not at the moment. But some of them will sell for a little bit more value just because this guy here, for example, we could buy him and make a bit of profit from him. This guy here, you got any value there? Not really, no. Just because they fit into the SBC requirement a bit better than right mids or whatever they are. That one will be gone. They're right mids or centre mids or whatever. They'll sell for a little bit more, so you can make a bit more profit on them in the long term. And you can just do it that way. But again, if you know they're selling for 900, sort of want to be at 700 coins, and then you individually check the price of each card, because that's where you're going to get the most value back from, okay? So we'll sum it up. Thursday, silver supply. That is your time to buy your Liga silvers, and that's your time to buy your Conmebol, Sudamericana, and Libertadores silvers. And then your golds, you're going to buy them on Friday with pack supply from lightning rounds or whatever it is that EA bring out for Fantasy Team 2, alright? That's how you go about crafting those free packs this week. It's the best way to do it. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. But for now, I'm out. Peace out. Speak to you soon.